right here at the Tropicana site, maybe the future home of the A's someday. I'm with Alan Snel, lvsportsbiz.com, and first I have to say, I love what you do. I love that you do it independently, and the fact that you don't hold back at all, despite, I'm sure, a ton of influences out here putting pressure on you, it just lends to even more integrity. So I really appreciate what you're doing. I'm your biggest fan.
I really appreciate that, Casey. You know, I'm an old City Hall reporter, and this to me is simply public policy being shaped. So the applicant happens to be a Major League Baseball team, so it's high profile. But the fascinating thing about sports teams is that there's this emotional, visceral streak that's woven into the public policy shaping. So, you know, when you get behind the closed doors and you get a look at how the sausage is made, it's a fascinating procedure.
Yeah, I can imagine on the Las Vegas Strip in this area, it's public policy like Cirque du Soleil style is probably how I would put it. I don't even know how better to describe it, but it's probably all over the place. Now, if you wanted to just look around here, we are standing pretty much in what would be the home field view of an A's ballpark here. Complete opposite to us, obviously there's an airport, so I'm sure that height restrictions will be an issue. And if the A's were to build on this spot, you know, the renderings we saw were completely bunk because you're not seeing any other towers. Bally's has a whole bunch of other plans for this site as well. So what do you see this actually looking like in theory?
Well, it's hard to imagine, you know, if we look behind us, everything will be gone. So this has to be an absolute clean slate. And like you mentioned, we're probably on the third base or left field side of the stadium, looking diagonally kitty corner to what would be the Tropicana Avenue and Las Vegas Boulevard intersection. And apparently what's interesting about the plans that you mentioned about Bally's building a new hotel tower was that when John Fisher made his debut here in Las Vegas at the Chamber of Commerce 2024 preview, it was only a week or two ago, and he mentioned that the drawings, which were supposed to be revealed, remember, in early December time?
I remember that well.
That timeline. He had mentioned that perhaps Bally's would like to show the drawings of their hospitality hotel project along with the stadium to give you a complete development site look at this entire 35-acre site, which includes we're standing on the 9-acre footprint, which is supposed to host a baseball stadium.
Yeah, and 9 acres it's a very, very small footprint. I mean, when I walk around Howard Terminal, the other place they were talking building, that's 55 acres and it feels tiny. Looking at this and picturing the 9 acres, I mean, this is basically what you're getting, and it's not a lot. So to me, I was skeptical for price reasons alone, acreage reasons too. A retractable roof never felt like it was in the cards. It seems like they're very dodgy on that subject. I think both of us would probably agree that this is most likely not going to be retractable. It's most likely going to be a fixed dome because this is just way too small to build anything else. I know you mentioned that Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce meeting. I was blown away by how little they provided. I was also blown away by the fact that they said they were waiting for Bally's to build around, like, with their plan and the renderings, because that was the real reason.
Fisher mentioned that.
That was the real reason
in his post presentation comments.
Yeah, and I had heard that they had taken a look at the renderings and said that they needed to have something real. They could not put out another fake set. So when they delayed it due to the tragedy of the highway patrolman getting hit, it seemed very suspicious to me because I think that wasn't the real reason they pushed this back. And I'm honestly surprised that's not a bigger scandal out here.
Right, and getting back to where I'm coming from with my reporting, which is public policy, to me, this is a private developer partnering with a Major League Baseball team that received, and here's the key, a $380 million government assistance subsidy. Because now you have this partnership with public, it's really important for the private baseball team to be as open with the locals here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nevada, and also people have to remember, this is Clark County, unincorporated, this is Clark County, and Clark County is on the hook for $120 million in bonds as part of the $380 million subsidy package. When you have that kind of relationship, Casey, to me, it's imperative that you go out of your way to share information with the public. If you're private, fine.
Yeah.
But as soon as you take one step into the public forum, the rules change.
Yeah.
And the rules are that you're accountable to the public. And I think if you ask the local person here, I don't think they'd be impressed with what they've been shown so far, which is not much.
Nothing at all, really.
Yeah,
I mean, you want the public funds, but you don't want the public discourse. You don't want the public disclosure. I mean, they're turning off comments on all their social media channels, so it's a catch-22 in a lot of ways. And I offered, when I came out here, I said, I will sit down with you. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, we'll walk the Trop.
I saw that offer,
Casey. They politely
Casey.
declined. We have spoken since then. There are some things in the works.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I really think there needs to be a lot more public info in this situation.
And on the other side, here locally in Las Vegas, our Clark County commissioners who oversee this particular project, they need to hold the athletics' feet to the fire too. They're representing the people of Las Vegas in Clark County. They don't work for the athletics.
But
they work for us.
But they're getting generous donations from the athletics.
Three county commissioners.
At this point, maybe they're not beholden to the public. I don't know.
Three county commissioners, as you referenced, to
Yes,
receive $10,000 election contributions, including one particular county commissioner, Michael Knapp, who made it his point and was quoted before the subsidy was granted that the athletics can ask, it doesn't mean they'll receive. He kind of gave this tough guy persona, but in the end,
he fell right in line.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember his comments, and everybody in Oakland was like, yeah, this guy's great, and then, oh, never mind.
And that upsets people because it gives people the sense that the commissioners are not only wishy-washy. Since I've covered stadium public-private deals in 5 different markets, my observation about this particular Clark County situation is that they come off as gullible and inexperienced. And again, you wonder who they're representing. The hotels at the MGM Resorts International Properties that will benefit, or the people of Clark County who supposedly they're supposed to be representing.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting way to look at it. And obviously there's a lot on the line for these hotels. And I'm staying at the Luxor for Super Bowl week. You know, the MGM, if this building was gone and another one wasn't put in the exact same spot, there'd be a great view of the MGM Grand right there. So you see how they stand to benefit. Maybe let's just stroll this way real quick. We'll just wrap this up with a couple quick views. But if we're going this way, we're heading towards what would be first baseline. Center field would be in this direction. This would probably be your left field, third baseline. I mean, Alan, do you see this thing getting done? To me, it feels like it's slipping away a little bit out here right now.
Well,
do you think it's going to happen?
If you're from the Athletics, the one saving grace is that this particular property, the Tropicana, they have notified their employees that the last day is April 2nd.
Yeah.
So that is a legitimate step in a process, as you mentioned, Casey, that we have not seen much. At least that is the first tangible, concrete move that something appears to be going on. And, you know, if they're going to close the place, that at least gives you the sense that they're on the path to realizing something.
Yeah, like this is getting demoed either way, though, because Bally's, GLPI, they have plans to redevelop this either way. So whether it has the A's involved or not, that needs to get done. And the A's are going to be on the clock big time when this thing gets demoed, right? So they got to get all their ducks in a row quick.
They have to begin demolition later this year. Construction has to begin. Mortensen McCarthy, the same contractor combo that built Allegiant Stadium on the west side of our interstate here, not too far from here. They're going to be the same folks.
And they built Chase Center in San Francisco Warriors, also great arena. So Mortensen McCarthy knows what they're doing. They've built some great stuff, but they've never worked with the A's. All right, so everyone always asks me this: what percentage Vegas versus Oakland at this point? Do you think the A's
I'm just
will
going
be-
to split it down the middle, 50-50.
Wow, okay, that's more generous than I would have given it. I would probably put it 75-25.
The only reason I moved it down, made it 50-50 was that they're telling the workers to leave. They're affecting a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
April 2nd, the party's over in this building. You know, it's a fascinating history, dates back to 1957, but it's dated,
Yeah.
you know, when you compare it to some of the other ritzy properties up and down the strip.
Yeah, well, it's put up or shut up time for the A's.
Yeah.
We'll see if they get this done, and hopefully we get some more explanations from them soon. I know you deserve it. I know I deserve it. Mostly, though, more important than any of us media fools, the public deserves it, man. They're trying to get public money.
They deserve the drawings. They deserve some answers, and they deserve information. Again, they need to be held accountable, and the people here in Las Vegas, we need our county commissioners to stand up. Don't be in the back pockets of the team. Don't be in the back pockets of the hotels.
Mm-hmm.
Help the people get the information so they know what's going on.
Yeah, well, it's a busy Super Bowl week. Las Vegas is on the biggest stage in the world. The Super Bowl, I'd say so far, Las Vegas has done a spectacular job. I'm impressed. I don't come out here very often. I wasn't sure what kind of reception I get based on all my commentary, but I've always been cool with the Las Vegas people. It's the A's that I'm frustrated with. If they end up here and they do it in a respectful fashion and they show us some information that actually makes sense, I will understand it. At least for now. I don't understand it, but everyone in Vegas has been super cool. Thanks for meeting me, Alan.
Absolutely, and I got to tell you, Casey, here in Las Vegas, a lot of people appreciate your coverage. So keep up the good work.
Cool. Thank you very much.